Here's the movie theory. The movie theory is this. Pennywise is the evil brother. Hear me out. Hear me out. Pennywise is the evil little brother of Mary Poppins. Mary Poppins comes down from the sky. And here's the theory that 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 all this time that Mary Poppins is the loving good older sister of Pennywise, and the sewers of Derry happen to be an allegory for the underworld. And Pennywise's slogan is we all float down here. And the theory is this, is that the cosmic turtle is both the mother and the father at the same time of Mary Poppins and Pennywise, and the heroes of the It movie, the Losers Club, happens to be the disciples of both, of both, well, of both the cosmic turtle and given that the cosmic turtle, given the It movie lore, is the most high of the pantheon, and from that the Losers Club, the Losers Club ends up becoming the winners, and we're the descendants of the British kids, even though that one of the Losers Club members happens to be black, could have traces back to being like British, and basically the descendants of Mary Poppins' disciples became the Losers Club within a span of 100 years. And that the Mary Poppins movie took place in the 1890s or the mid to late 1800s. But yet the third generation descendants of Mary Poppins' disciples were the Losers Club. But once in every generation, Pennywise would corrupt the first two generations of Mary Poppins' disciples once a generation. And as a failed attempt to squash Mary Poppins' cult, Pennywise, her evil underworld brother, who happens to be an underworld clown-faced god and the most evil of the two, led the third generation of the Losers Club. And here's another theory, is that they have a sister, that Mary Poppins and Pennywise has a British, Pennywise has another British sister, Nanny McPhee is the neutral party and was a goddess that inevitably became beautiful due to the kids choosing to be good. And she gained her beauty and kindness from helping the children become good kids. Whereas Mary Poppins was naturally beautiful from the start. Whimsical and you see, Nanny McPhee was the only human-looking, the only other human-looking goddess of the pantheon, and yet Nanny McPhee's cult was devoured over time by the cult of Pennywise. And that's why the bullies forgot how to be kind and caring, and the fellow adults in Derry happen to be indifferent or not paying any modicum of attention. And with that, the very concept of the divine cosmic turtle is this. Basically, Nanny McPhee became the female babysitting Poseidon, while Nanny McPhee was the female babysitting Zeus of the siblings. And with that, it comes to light that with that being said, the whole thing goes a little something like this. And with that whole thing being like this is that the Losers Club thought or was led to believe that the Cosmic Turtle was killed by Pennywise. But the Losers Club wasn't going to buy into it. And with that being the case, the case for it is this. Basically, the case for it is that the Cosmic Turtle was not killed, but was working with that of Nanny McPhee's cult to overthrow Pennywise's cult and to defeat Pennywise. Basically, in this theory, the movie theory and in the It and Mary Poppins and Nanny McPhee's like shared universe is this is Pennywise is basically Hades, which is equated to the Stephen King or Roald Dahl or whatever author of the Nanny McPhee books, like basically having that being said, this theory is basically saying that Pennywise is basically the devil of this movie theory. And yeah. And with that being said, basically what I'm saying is that I and many others would love to see the three finally come together. Nanny McPhee and Mary Poppins and Pennywise get together and in this like a final, like finally having the Cosmic Turtle make an appearance if they were to have like a four-way crossover where the cosmic turtle finally ends up taking down their evil underworld dwelling son. And here's the theory, is that after being banished to perdition, Pennywise becomes the very head of the dream demons. And here's the theory. Those dream demons recruited the likes of Freddy Krueger, as Freddy Krueger becomes Pennywise's henchman to get at the kids. And this is probable. This theory could be probable. Is that Pennywise needed some serious backup. And with that serious backup, Pennywise could end up having the kids killed and used his underworld dream demon recruitment agents to basically eliminate his targets. And here's the thing. Basically, the whole thing about this is that with that being said, basically what I'm saying is that with all of this is probable. Is that basically the whole thing about it is the whole Thorn cult was a ploy by Pennywise, and yet the war between the cult of basically This movie theory goes like this. The cult, the cults of Mary Poppins and Pennywise are waging a war that is everlasting. And with that being the case, the whole thing goes like this. Is that Pennywise wanted revenge for being defeated in the original and in the remake of it. And his cult kept on getting bigger and more violent. And with that being the case, Pennywise has within this theory, Pennywise basically established himself as the Lucifer of this movie theory. Basically, he's this movie theory's Hades. And Dembala was a recruited or a French, like basically Dembala is a snake-tailed, African-looking, half British, half French god of transmutation and resurrection and reincarnation, but was ultimately on Pennywise's side, and was in fact on Pennywise's side all along, helping his only two disciples, Tiffany and Charles Lee Ray. And here's the kicker. Charles Lee Ray and Tiffany had a kid, and that kid happened to be the mole on the inside of Pennywise's operations, straight from the nether realm. And here's the thing. A dark movie theory about Hocus Pocus is that the Winifred sisters are the angels of death, but they were recruited as Pennywise's angels of death. And with that being said, the Losers Club keeps on getting the upper hand because Mary Poppins was the hero and her brother Pennywise was the villain, the antagonist. And those who bullied and tried to drown and try to kill Jason Voorhees were Pennywise's henchmen in training. And Jason Voorhees went to like scare was allegedly to have killed off future legions of Pennywise's like discipleship and underlings. And what had happened was that Mary Poppins came to Pamela Voorhees in a dream, and that she would have an undead revenant for a son. But if anything happened to Jason Voorhees, there's not much Mary Poppins can do to stop the inevitable, which will happen, is that she will fall victim to being used to kill innocent people that had nothing to do with her son's alleged demise. And well, Pennywise ended up putting his plan into motion, turning Jason Voorhees against the innocent, and sending his general of the Netherrealm, Freddy Krueger, to torment Jason Voorhees. And during that time, Jason Voorhees ended up finally have had enough and decided, fuck this, I'm going to kill the one who tormented me, and deciding to put an end or a stop to the very terror and the tyranny of Freddy Krueger once and for all. Thusly, Jason Voorhees redeemed himself by waking up and realizing that even if his mother was dead, his mother was guiding him to do what needed to be done. Because the descendants of the disciples of Pennywise were the ones who reproduced, and the descendants of the very disciples of Pennywise had no knowledge of them being supposed to be evil. And with that being the case, Pennywise is basically the purest form of evil. And the very bad guy said to have reached out and poisoned the minds of the Xenobites that were once human to do evil and wicked things. And with that being the case is this. Pennywise is the brother of Mary Poppins, Dembala, Nanny McPhee, and with Mary Poppins, Pennywise, Nanny McPhee, and Dembala being siblings, they are the offspring of the divine or cosmic turtle. And here's another part of the theory, is that Pennywise would have been said to be dead at the end of all of it. And Mary Poppins will remain. Mary Poppins will be the one that remains. And yeah, that's the theory. Let me know if it is plausible to be true, or is it completely unrelated.